While his commercial success and famous antics in the rap music industry are the stuff of legend, Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, often doesn't get enough credit for his influence on the legacy of hip-hop overall. As stories of his checkered past and celebrity feuds steal headlines, after his first album or two, his musical abilities often came second in the mainstream press. The truth is, 50 Cent has done more for the modern rap music industry than even many of the most hardcore hip-hop fans know. In today's video, we're gonna give you 3 ways 50 Cent changed the rap music industry forever. The number 3 way 50 Cent changed the rap music industry forever is he changed rap from verse first to chorus first music. Think of a famous 50 Cent song, and what is the first thing that comes into your head? Whether it's In the Club, P.I.M.P, Window Shopper, or any other of his blockbuster hits, chances are it's the hook or chorus that has you spitting along before you even realized it. 50 Cent cites his short-lived working partnership with Jam Master Jay as an education in writing catchy choruses.
I didn't actually know how to count bars when I met Jay. You know, so I would write a verse and it'd be 12 bars, sometimes 14, sometimes 18. You know, everything but 16 bars, you know what I mean? And he kind of trained me to write the chorus. And he was like, he'd make me write the chorus to the record 3 or 4 times before I started. And this is why sometimes I have habits based on that. And sometimes I'll put more than one melody on the actual record. So, like for example, in P.I.M.P, I'll start off and go, I'm a P.I.M.P. I don't know what you heard about me. And then there's a point on the record where I'm going, I'm about my money, you see, you can holler at me if you come with me. So it's a bridge area almost on the record. And I learned to do those different things under Jay's tutelage. So
this is a noticeable difference in mentality from the verse-centric, bars-heavy rap of earlier generations such as KRS-One, Rakim, Nas, and the Wu-Tang Clan. Although many of the most iconic rap songs indeed have a memorable chorus, think about Juicy by the Notorious B.I.G. or California Love by Tupac and Dr. Dre, the main showpiece of the performance was the verse of the rappers as opposed to the chorus itself. 50 Cent flipped that on his head when he dropped the hook-heavy instant classic Get Rich or Die Trying in 2003. It's also worth noting that a huge number of his tracks start with a chorus rather than a verse, catching your ear from the get-go. In fact, of the 18 tracks on Get Rich or Die Trying, a full 13 of them start with a chorus, including singles such as Many Men and the diss song Back Down. This ability to pen a catchy anthem is one of the main things that launched him into stratospheric fame and solidified 50 as one of the biggest selling rap artists in history. If you can get a track in people's head, you take up space in the zeitgeist, and that's exactly what he's done for almost 2 decades. If you're a rapper yourself watching this, be sure to visit the video description for our free course on the top 20 songwriting secrets of professional rappers so you can emulate that 50 Cent style chorus writing. But let's move on to way number 2 that 50 Cent changed the rap music industry forever. He reinvented the mixtape. Back when 50 was an unknown rapper from Southside Jamaica, Queens, he didn't just do things the way everyone had done before. Instead, he flipped the mixtape formula on its head, not only splitting the art form open for new generations of rappers to build on, but using this new method to get unprecedented buzz for his work. Originally, a mixtape was a recording of a live show, but in the 90s, prominent DJs popularized a new wave of tapes, getting rappers to freestyle or release unwritten verses over other people's beats. These were exciting and collaborative, but wouldn't follow the standard format of a song. Now, when 50 was dropped from Columbia Records in the early 2000s, the young rapper suddenly had to figure out how to generate buzz on his own. He started taking other artists' records that were already out and famous and flipping them, redoing major hooks, and writing his own verses to make the songs his own. These often became so successful that fans gravitated towards his version more than the original, spreading them far and wide via bootlegs. The bootleg industry, usually the bane of any creative's life, actually ended up doing him a load of good because not only did it give his music much more reach, but because he was reimagining the work of other artists as mixtapes, and he wasn't making any money on them anyway, he wasn't losing anything. As 50 said in an interview, what was a nightmare for an established artist was a dream sequence for an unsigned artist. The bootleggers bootlegged the CD to the point that they became my personal distribution and marketing team. All this buzz resulted in his debut album Get Rich or Die Trying, breaking multiple records, catapulting him to mainstream international fame. Look, 50 not only reinvented mixtapes as we know them them today, he basically got bootleggers to do all his PR to get there for free. And way number one that 50 Cent changed the rap music industry forever is he invented the modern branded rapper. When we think of rapper branding, we really need to think of 50 Cent. It's hard to stay healthy on tour, and in the early 2000s, 50 Cent noticed that he was starting to lose his fitness and put on weight. While working out at a gym in LA, he had an idea, and in 2005, he signed a deal with Vitamin Water. Y'all know about it. At the time, rappers were usually known to work with liquor companies. You might remember like Nas and Hennessy teaming up, among many others. Obviously, we know about Diddy and Ciroc, so straight away, this was a departure, but that's not the only reason 50's collaboration was a game changer. Instead of getting an upfront fee for working with the company, 50 decided to get equity in the company, investing in the future of the brand, and thus his wallet, instead of just taking a paycheck now. When Coca-Cola bought Vitamin Water in 2007, they paid $4.2 billion in cash, and some of that was 50 cents. The official analysis from Forbes was that he walked away with $100 million, but a lot of his friends and business associates have hinted that it's much more than that, as much as 400 mil. It was his savvy willingness to think outside of the box and investment in the future that put 50 Cent among the top business minds in hip-hop and resulted in many other artists following his lead and getting equity in companies rather than just a one-off payment. As 50 Cent has grown older, he's focused more on the business and acting side of his career. Y'all all know about Stars and Power, so it's easy to forget how huge his influence on the rap music industry truly is. Next time you're listening to a mixtape from an exciting new artist or watching your new favorite rapper make good business decisions, take a second to remember how much they probably owe Curtis Jackson a lot for leading the way. Now, if you enjoyed this video, we're gonna put in the video description box as well as the free course, a video where 50 Cent talks directly about how he improved rap songwriting and get a little bit more in depth on way number 3, so be sure to check that out if you enjoy it. I've been your host, Drew Morrissey, for How to Rap, the big homie Drew. I'm out.